letting people know, like now I can explain decisions I made with a clear head, you know what I'm saying? Like back then, I really didn't know shit. I was just trying shit out, so I shouldn't have been so vocal about it.
They say that love can be a battlefield, but few stories are as explosive as the saga unfolding between Teyana Taylor, her ex Iman Shumpert, and Hollywood's rising star, Pierre Mufasa. In just a matter of months, rumors of side flings, vicious jealousies, hidden heartbreaks, and surprising new love have drawn a worldwide audience into a labyrinth of scandal and speculation. Yet beneath the tabloid frenzy lurks a far deeper question. What truly went wrong for a couple once seen as hash relationship goals, and how did a brand new figure step in to turn everything upside down?
Let me tell you why I'm so happy, because it looks like there's a new couple in Hollywood. Pierre, that's Teyana.
Buckle up, because this story is laced with enough shock and intrigue to keep you guessing until the final scene. Some romances arrive quietly, planted in private moments. Others burst onto the stage like a thunderbolt, echoing in the halls of red carpet events and glossy magazine columns. Teyana Taylor and Pierre fit squarely into the second category. One minute, the world believed Teyana was still keeping a low profile, quietly nursing the wounds from her split with Iman. The next, she was sashaying arm in arm with a certain handsome actor who has everyone in Hollywood talking.
Seeing a series of stunning pictures together, Teyana appears to hard launch their relationship, writing, "Oscar night in black and white, no gray area."
Pierre, nicknamed Mufasa by adoring fans, has been on a meteoric rise. He's headlined film premieres, snagged a major award for Rising Stars, and cultivated a reputation as an unflappable leading man. But no one predicted he'd be spotted with Teyana in such an intimate way. They began stepping out at industry galas, locking eyes over dinner tables, and sharing fleeting but intense displays of affection that fueled the rumor mill. By the time they appeared at an Oscars after party, the real shock wasn't whether they were dating, it was how heated Iman Shumpert's reaction would become. While the public swooned over Teyana and Aaron's chemistry, Iman Shumpert began trending for a different reason altogether.
You guys ever gone on vacation?
If it's me and Teyana, no, she don't want me to bring my beer.
There you go. Finally,
I don't want the PS5 if Teyana coming in, it's me and her, my nigga.
According to hushed whispers, Iman's behind-the-scenes fury intensified by the day. After all, not only was Teyana leveling up with an actor who's currently Hollywood's golden boy, but she also seemed genuinely happy. Something that apparently left Iman feeling overshadowed and insecure. Word on the street says Iman has been complaining bitterly, painting Teyana as an inattentive mother who spends more time gazing into Aaron's starry eyes than she does at their children. But fans haven't forgotten the swirl of rumors alleging Iman's hands were never entirely clean. More than one voice online pointed out the hypocrisy. How can a man who famously stepped out on his wife more than once if the rumors are accurate, now accuse her of neglect?
The wounds are being nurtured as well and closed up for good, you know? So I think for me, this is my chapter of healing.
Not surprisingly, Teyana's supporters rushed to her defense, citing her strong presence in her children's lives. Still, the rumor mill persists. Speculation bubbled up that Iman had done more than just grumble behind closed doors. He'd possibly tried to corner Aaron at a recent Hollywood function. This led to talk of a restraining order, raising eyebrows, and questions about just how far Iman would go to reclaim some sort of control over the situation. Before the drama turned so messy, fans saw Teyana and Iman as a power duo. Their origin story was the stuff of celebrity fairy tales.
Yo, Teyana Taylor just took Iman Shumpert to the cleaners, gang. She got 4 houses valued at over $10 million.
A chance encounter, a spark of attraction, and a shared sense of ambition that made them unstoppable. She was on the rise as a singer, dancer, and overall creative powerhouse. He was a high-profile NBA player, admired for his athletic prowess and his flamboyant style. Together, they looked unstoppable. For a while, they seemed as though they'd cracked the code of combining fame, family, and modern romance. They married and eventually had children, showcasing tender moments on social media that warmed the hearts of millions. Yet the illusions of happiness only masked the truth for so long.
Iman Shumpert has to make a one-time 7-figure payment to Teyana. What? That's crazy. What is that about, roundabout? What'd you think?
$1 million or more.
As the years passed, rumors of an open marriage overshadowed them, stoked by Teyana's occasional nods to inviting others into their bedroom. At first, the gossip felt mostly harmless, a sign of a modern couple unafraid to explore. But as more shocking allegations surfaced, these supposed fun little flings turned into evidence of a deeper, more troubling reality. If you believed the talk swirling around Hollywood's inner circles, Iman had a difficult time remaining faithful, even with the apparent blessing of an open relationship. Not long after they were wed, Teyana abruptly wiped her social media clean, sending fans into a frenzy. Many suspected it was a knee-jerk reaction to a cheating scandal rumored to have erupted behind the scenes.
My healing chapter, a lot of wounds are being closed.
The real tipping point arrived when an alleged side piece posted suspicious evidence on social media. In one clip, a man's voice, supposedly Iman, could be heard plainly in the background. Then, in a more brazen display, the woman flashed photos of herself wearing what appeared to be Iman's signature jewelry. The fiasco that followed tore through the tabloids, stirring a collective sense of betrayal among Teyana's most loyal fans. And while Teyana hopped online to deny everything at first, her explanations found fewer and fewer believers. Little by little, the aura of a perfect marriage slipped away, replaced by whispers of Iman's repeated escapades.
So we see the results of Teyana Taylor and Iman Shumpert's divorce and all the payouts, millions of dollars, right?
Some said this was nothing new, that he'd been stepping out since day one. Others claimed Teyana secretly condoned his wanderings for the sake of keeping the peace. Either way, it was a situation that left her juggling heartbreak, public humiliation, and the daunting task of raising a family in the glare of the spotlight. At one point, rumors took a darker turn. A frenzied wave of gossip suggested Teyana had ended up in the hospital from sheer heartbreak, or perhaps something even more dire. A certain TikTok reenactment flared the speculation. An anonymous tip alleged that a famous singer married to a retired NBA player spiraled so badly she nearly OD'd after learning of more infidelity.
Who's the new couple?
So, Teyana Taylor and Pierre, it's Mufasa.
Okay.
Have broke the internet. So,
online sleuths were quick to connect the dots. Teyana had recently canceled a performance, citing exhaustion. Combine that with her repeated social media disappearances, and the puzzle seemed to solve itself. Teyana, though, fiercely denied any claims of an OD or meltdown, urging fans not to buy into the rumor mill. She tried to maintain her composure despite the swirling storms of betrayal, heartbreak, and invasive media attention. Yet the whispers persisted. People couldn't quite shake the feeling that something terrible had gone on behind the scenes. The glimpses Teyana offered, like her short, sometimes frustrated remarks, only fanned the flames. Some believed she was protecting Iman from the worst of the backlash, hoping to spare her family more humiliation. Others saw her stubborn refusal to condemn him as a sign she was still very much in love, clinging to the idea that her marriage could be salvaged. Relationships can be complicated, and Teyana exemplified that better than anyone. Though her fans begged her to walk away, she defended Iman time and again. For years, she seemed determined to preserve the family they'd built, especially for the sake of their kids. Court documents that later emerged painted a jarring portrait. Teyana alleged Iman's outbursts and controlling behavior became staples of their household, stoked by his insecurities around her rising fame. She felt pressured to downsize her career, turning down lucrative acting roles and scaling back on tours. Initially, it felt like the right move to maintain stability at home. But ironically, the more she sacrificed, the more hostility she encountered. Reports suggested Iman would accuse her of not contributing enough financially, as if he'd conveniently forgotten the cost of stepping away from the spotlight. On the outside, Teyana continued to post affectionate photos and gratitude messages, trademarks of a woman still in love or desperately trying to keep a public persona intact. Privately, friends said she was stretched thin.
yesterday, Teyana Taylor posted a photo of her and Pierre from Oscars night. And the caption says, "Oscar night in black and white, no gray area," with a white heart.
Trying to appease a man who shifted blame and pounced on her vulnerabilities. Family gatherings turned into battlegrounds of tension. Whenever Teyana made professional strides, Iman's pride reportedly took a hit, fueling more arguments. Behind the scenes, it all led to a roller coaster pattern of reconciliations and breakups. In 2021, Teyana secretly initiated a divorce filing, but withdrew it after a day, possibly hoping for a final shot at rekindling what they once had. But the old friction soon returned. Allegations of more infidelity rained down on their fragile ceasefire, driving Teyana to a soul-crushing conclusion that the marriage had run its course. By the time Teyana made her definitive move toward divorce, it felt inevitable to those who'd watched the drama escalate in real time. The problems, emotional manipulation, rumored AB outbursts, financial friction, turned the cracks in their marriage into an unbridgeable chasm. According to insiders, Teyana didn't just waltz out the door. She tried everything, from counseling to heartfelt attempts to reinvigorate their relationship. Nothing worked. Then came the legal documents, replete with receipts that supposedly proved Iman's transgressions. He'd allegedly placed their kids in precarious situations more than once, prioritizing his own convenience and entertainment. Even while Iman tried to publicly shame Teyana for her new relationship, she quietly compiled evidence that showed he wasn't exactly a stellar father himself. In the end, Teyana walked away with a settlement that turned heads. 4 properties valued at over $10 million, a substantial sum in the high 6 figures, multiple luxury vehicles that screamed status and financial comfort. On top of that, Iman was ordered to shell out $8,000 a month in child support, plus private school tuition for their children. For a woman who'd spent years defending her husband and absorbing the brunt of the scandal, it felt like a measure of long-delayed justice.
I'm so late to the party. Why didn't I know about Aaron, Pierre? That's Mufasa. And Teyana Taylor. Baby, what? Oh, you good.
As Teyana's divorce soared into the realm of sensational headlines, she stepped out confidently with Aaron Pierre, no longer afraid of the paparazzi's glare. Their appearances at high-profile events left no doubt. Teyana was moving forward, not looking back. And the warmth between them wasn't just an act for the cameras. Observers couldn't stop talking about their energy, a self-assured radiance that seemed to give Teyana a renewed spark. Still, trouble lurked. Though Teyana's new romance garnered applause from fans, it allegedly ignited an explosive response from Iman. Reports emerged that he tried to confront Aaron at a Hollywood function, culminating in an intense standoff. Tensions soared so high that Aaron supposedly filed for a restraining order to protect himself and, by extension, Teyana. Whether or not fists flew is up for debate, but the confrontation apparently marked the final straw for Teyana. She'd tolerated defamation, intimidation, and humiliation, all in the name of love and family. Now she stood firm. With her legal team at the ready, she ensured the divorce was finalized on terms favorable enough to give her a fresh start. Looking back at the once golden romance between Teyana Taylor and Iman Shumpert, it's hard not to feel a pang of regret for what could have been. They were the ultimate aspirational duo, talented, dynamic, and seemingly fearless. Yet behind the dazzling Instagram posts and music video cameos lay a hidden world of emotional battles, insecurities, and betrayals. In the end, even Teyana's unwavering loyalty couldn't keep the foundation from crumbling. Now, the stage belongs to Teyana and Aaron Pierre Mufasa, a couple whose boldness and chemistry capture the public's imagination. Some wonder if Iman might ramp up his efforts to reclaim the spotlight by smearing Teyana.
Oh my gosh, I like that. Aaron, Pierre, that's Teyana. And y'all done copywritten that, so you don't take that from me.
Others speculate that this chapter signals a new dawn for everyone involved, a chance to begin again without the weight of old wounds. One thing's certain, Teyana Taylor has reemerged stronger, armed with the confidence that only comes from shedding baggage that never belonged to her in the first place. With a promising new partner, a revived passion for her music and film projects, and a series of personal triumphs on the horizon, she is poised to shape her destiny on her own terms. Love can be complicated, full of layers and illusions that outsiders rarely glimpse. The lessons in this story remain as relevant as ever. Don't let the world's pedestal blind you to private struggles. Don't mistake a public grin for genuine contentment. And never, ever underestimate the power of a woman determined to reclaim her life. No matter how many times she's been written off. If there's one thing Teyana Taylor's journey reveals, it's that the darkest storms can sometimes give birth to the brightest new beginnings. And while this chapter may be closed for her and Iman, the future beckons with untold possibilities, both astonishing and unpredictable.